Guys, I just went to yoga for the first time in forever and got a juice for my breakfast. So anyway, I thought that today I might do like a spend the day with me video because I have loads going on. So first was yoga at 8 o'clock this morning. Okay, so yesterday I like deep cleaned my apartment and it is completely clean, except for that's a video I need to do, except for one small area. Oh my gosh, look at this. So look how clean my bedroom looks until you get to this part. So this is leftover camping stuff that needs to be put away and books that need to be organized. So essentially my plan for today is that I am going to put some makeup on so I feel more put together, do my hair, but not a ton because I do have a massage later today. I'm going to clean this hot mess, you know, because then my apartment will be completely clean after I get rid of this stuff, or not get rid of it, but just reorganize it. And part of that is I'm gonna like reorganize the way that I organize my unread books. And then I think I'm gonna go see The Little Mermaid. So I don't have a ton of time. I might not be able to finish cleaning, but I am super excited to see The Little Mermaid. And on Tuesdays, it's called Taco Tuesday. Tickets are cheap on Tuesdays. So that's why I waited until today to see it. And after that, I have a massage. And then after that, I have a board meeting for the library. So loads going on today. I think I can chill after the board meeting, but I'm gonna have to check my calendar. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna get myself a little bit more put together before I head to the movie. But anyway, yesterday was Juneteenth, and so I read We Still Here, and I thought I would kind of chat about it as I get ready. So the little subtitle on the front says, Pandemic, Policing, Protest, and Possibility. And if I didn't say, this book is by Mark Lamont Hill. So a lot of it was about the pandemic, and I thought it was interesting, but it was stuff that I already heard before. And I would say that if you're interested in how Black lives were negatively impacted by the pandemic, more so than any group of people, a book that I would really, really recommend is The Viral Underclass. And I will put the author below because I don't remember who the author was. But that was an entire book just on how Black people are more susceptible to loads of medical conditions. So they're more likely to get sick with something. They're more likely to die when they get sick. And it just really covered that specifically related to the pandemic in this book, whereas The Viral Underclass goes a lot farther. But essentially, when you think about the pandemic, you think about like who had to be exposed to other people. Like you think about all the rules we had, right? Social distancing, stay at home, stay safe, like whatever, all these things. Well, who is allowed to stay home? Like as a college educated person, as a teacher, I was allowed to stay home for the entire rest of the first year of the pandemic and the entire next year because I taught online. But if you're in a different industry, one that is often like a service, like teaching is a service industry, but if you're thinking about other service industries or other service related jobs that are more commonly held by low income people and specifically Black people, like they are the people that were not able to stay home, like they had to go to work. They also tend to live in places that are more densely populated, and so staying home might not have been the best option. Like if you are living, for example, in an apartment surrounded by other people, but also within your apartment you have like cousins and like a whole bunch of other people, like where it's really crowded, and if someone's sick in your apartment, like it might make more sense for you to actually be out and about rather than staying home, because staying home doesn't necessarily mean staying safe. And speaking of staying home, staying safe, there is a lot of attention to violence within the home, and just how not everyone's homes are the safest places to be. So yeah, there was a whole lot of talk about that. Then it kind of went into capitalism and went into a few different companies. The ones that I found most interesting were, first of all, Tyson. So Tyson is like a meat company. I don't know if it's an international meat company or not, but anyway, it's in the United States, and I can literally drive by where I work, my Ottawa County Parks job, and I can drive by the farms that Tyson uses near us. They're absolutely disgusting to drive by, so it makes me really glad that I'm a vegetarian because the conditions are just horrible. So not only if you eat meat that comes from Tyson, you are causing harm to all these animals and causing them to live in these horrible conditions, but you're also causing harm to the workers. So basically, I don't know when it was, but like quite quickly into the pandemic, Tyson went back to like the regular rules about calling into work and about how many sick days you could have. So let's say you had COVID or a family member had COVID or something, and you were supposed to stay home. Well, you would get fired. You would lose your job. And then Tyson working conditions, in addition to like losing your job if you needed to stay home and keep everyone safe from COVID, or recover yourself from COVID, like they were just not the best. Similar to Amazon. Amazon's not the best. We all know that. That was discussed. But then they got into some really interesting things that I hadn't completely considered before. So, one of my favorite Black women, who's like really, well, not really well known, somewhat well known, getting to be more well known, is Claudette Colvin. So Claudette did the exact same thing as Rosa Parks. She refused to give up her seat on the bus. However, she did it before Rosa Parks. And essentially, the reason that she's only really discussed more recently and she's not as popular as Rosa Parks is because she was a teenager. She had darker skin than Rosa Parks. She was a teenager, whereas Rosa Parks was like a middle-aged woman. And I think a few months after this happened, she became pregnant. So she's also a teenage mom. Okay. So she's not like the ideal person that you would want as the face of what you're trying to do and the cause that you're trying to accomplish. Okay. Hang on. Eyes. I'm going to do some eyeshadow, but no mascara because I'm getting a massage. Anyway, okay, so she's not the face of who you'd want for your cause. And I already knew that. I talked to my kids about that this year at school when it was Black History Month. I taught them about it. Their mind was blown. The other adults in my room, their mind was blown, right? She's a cool person to study, and I even bought a graphic novel about her to share with my kids next year. But this still happens. Like, we still are sharing people's stories that deserve to have sympathy or deserve to basically, I don't know, their lives are valued. And we don't share all the other stories that might be more insane situations. Like, for example, Breonna Taylor, she is like an incredible person. Like, she was an EMT, I'm pretty sure, and her home was broken into and like by the police. Like, it was like a no-knock warrant or something like that, and I think it was her boyfriend freaked out because he thought that there was an intruder, shot his gun one time, and then the police just like millions of gunshots, like not millions, I think it was 20 something, but like what happened from Brianna's standpoint with her boyfriend and then what the police did as a response is like not equal. But because like Brianna is the EMT and all this other stuff, like what happened to her was 100% wrong and horrible and heartbreaking, but she is somebody that can get white people to believe in Black Lives Matter, as opposed to if you told the same story about maybe a black gang member who was killed by police, or somebody that was homeless and was killed by police, or someone that just doesn't like have the, I don't know, the virtue that Breonna Taylor did. And so I thought that was really, really interesting to reflect. Like, when we say Black Lives Matter, do we really mean all Black Lives Matter? Or do we mean certain ones that, like, go to school and contribute to society in this perfect way and, like, all this other stuff? So, yeah, I would highly recommend this book. I thought it was super, super good. And Mark just went like all sorts of places and covered so much in like 117 pages. So if you want a nonfiction for Shorty September, this one would be super good. Okay, I have about an hour until I need to leave for the movie. So we're gonna see how much of this I can accomplish. Basically, I wanna put everything away, but then the books I do wanna take more time on. So yeah, we'll just see what I can get done. I'm organizing my backpacking meals, but I have to show you. This one is my absolute favorite, mushroom risotto. And so because this one is my favorite, I thought I would try smoked 3-bean chili by the same company, Mexican quinoa bowl, and kale and white bean stew. These are all vegan. Done. This looks much better, doesn't it? Oh, sorry. That's the sweatshirt I'm gonna wear to the movie theater. And this pile, which does annoy me, is my I'm going to the UK soon pile. Taco Tuesday. You guys, I have so much to say about The Little Mermaid, but I am like rushing to my massage. I didn't actually have time to finish. Hey everyone, okay. I just got back from my massage and my phone kept like cutting out when I was trying to tell you stuff in the car. I don't know if it was too hot or what, so I don't know where I left off, but anyway. I have a short amount of time until I have to leave for a library board meeting. I'm going to chat with you while eating The Boss, which is a vegan wrap situation. Basically, this is full of greens on the inside. And I just want to say my blood sugar is 109 right now, which never happens. That is like, I'm telling you, like, this is what happens when you have time to take care of yourself. You have time to prepare food or eat popcorn at a movie theater. You have time to exercise. You have time to just chill and have your stress level go down. Anyway, so I want to talk about The Little Mermaid while I eat The Boss. I need something to drink. It is super spicy, so I'm definitely gonna need something to drink. Okay, so The Little Mermaid. Let me just start by sharing some of my thoughts. I'm so freaking glad that they made it. Here, let's zoom in. I'm so glad that they made it with people that weren't white, because we need more diversity just in life, in everything, in books, in any sort of media, music, TV, all the things. So I love that, and I don't know why it was controversial. Like, they strayed from the original Disney movie. The Disney movie was not the original anyway. It was a story from Hans Christian Andersen, which I actually want to read today if I have time and can find it. I'll have to look up the ingredients to tell you what's in here. I think there are mushrooms and loads of spice and, I don't know, cabbage. Okay. Another thing I loved about it was just how they kind of created a new spin on things. Like I don't know what to call it because they weren't really costumes because everything is digital, I assume. Yeah, definitely digital. But like the digital design of the costumes was absolutely incredible. Like just the nuances of color change on Ariel's tail and the sparkles on her, like the slight shimmer. And then Ursula, she had the best costume. Like I could see that as a Halloween costume this year. Like the iridescent, not really iridescent, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like how her suction cups were like glowing. And oh my gosh, her sparkles, like it was almost like a evening gown. Oh, anyway, I loved it so much. So, oh, and I liked the songs. It was fun to hear them again after, you know, not seeing The Little Mermaid in so long. It was actually the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater when I was however old. I'm not sure when it came out. So it was nice. It was like nostalgic, I feel like, to hear some of those songs again. What else? Oh, I really enjoyed the new song, which was with Scuttle and stuff, when Ariel was in bed and they were like, hang on, the prince is getting married today, and they had that song. That was the best. I loved it so much. Like that is something you need to dance to. Okay. Things I didn't like. There's a lot. Now, if I were just to view it just as a movie, without digging deeper, I loved it. I loved it so freaking much. I think what I started to say in a different clip and I didn't finish is I basically had to leave early because I kind of squeezed it in before my massage. And so I probably missed the last 10 to 15 minutes, but like, I don't really care because I wanted to see it in the morning. I don't like, basically, during the summer, I cram full my mornings, and then like late afternoons, I like to chill. So I didn't want to go see it later today. I thought it would be a good time filler in the morning. So yeah, I ended up, it started at 11:20, but of course that's with previews, and I needed to leave the theater at 1:30. So I stopped the movie at the point, spoiler alert, but I feel like everybody has seen it, so it's not a spoiler, where Ursula was just murdered, and Prince Eric is like coming out of the ocean, and he sees the dress on the rock, and he's just kind of grieving. That's where I had to leave. So however much I left, I don't know, 15 minutes. So here's what I didn't like. First of all, the character that played Ariel was amazing. I have absolutely nothing against her. She's like the best, right? I don't know her name. I should look it up. I'll put it below. Because this movie made me want to do a lot of Googling that I didn't have a chance to do. So I will Google, and then I will put my little added notes, you know, at the bottom of the screen. But she was lovely, right? But if you're going to, I should say, and if you're going to make a movie that contains Black characters and that is this new spin on something old and whitewashed, go all the way. Go all the way. This girl the main character definitely passed the paper bag test, and she's beautiful and she's amazing and she's super talented. And so it's nothing against her as a person. I just feel like when you look at the characters, I can think of two other characters, the queen and one of the sisters, that would have failed the paper bag test. And the sister, I don't think, had any speaking lines that I can think of. And the queen had some, but she wasn't a huge role in this. And also, why did Prince Eric have to be white still? Like, he looks exactly like he did in the Disney movie. Like, if you make Ariel black, why does he have to be white? Like, it's fine that he's white. He was adopted. There's this whole story, but like, why? Like, why does he need to stay white? Why do you need this story that he was adopted? I don't know. I have more thoughts about this, but I'm very hungry. Also, I'm going to the UK exactly 3 weeks from today. I eat like a freaking American. Like, I don't know how to switch my hands and put the fork or spoon, I think mainly fork, in my non-dominant hand. I eat like an American. I think it's gonna be okay because you don't use a knife very much for vegetarian food, but I'm just saying, people are probably gonna be embarrassed to hang out with me. Okay, what else was I gonna say about race? That was all I was gonna say about race, actually. But now that I'm thinking about it, why were all the like male leads white? Like, we had a lot of white men, like the king, like King Triton, whatever his name is, and then Prince Eric. Anyway, another thing is, if this is going to be a retelling of the Disney version of The Little Mermaid, I was hoping that Ariel could have been slightly more empowered and not just like a passive girl, girly girl. So that was a slight disappointment, but like, again, like, I'm digging deep. If you just surface level watch it, it was really good. I really liked it. Okay, this is my final thing about it. That is a quibble. And this is something I need to Google. How old is the girl who played Ariel? Like, she's supposed to be a teenager, right? So we'll put the age of her below. But she appears in the movie, obviously, to be a young teenager. Like, besides all that, I'm curious what you guys have thought of it, because I'm probably the last person on earth to see it. So let me know what you thought about it. And also, so basically on Tuesdays, always, the entire year, we have cheap movies. They're only $4, and then with my kids meal that I got, it's like 12 something. So basically my kids meal was like double the price of the actual movie ticket. But I plan to see a lot of movies this summer. I try to see one on Tuesdays anyway if I'm gonna go, but it just seems like during the school year there's like not time to see a movie. I'm busy after school, and then like I could go later, but then it would be past my bedtime and all that stuff. So I'm gonna try and see more movies this summer, but I'm not sure which ones like I would enjoy. So if you've seen any others that are in the theater right now that you think are amazing and worth seeing, let me know, because I hope to see a lot more this summer. Maybe not every Tuesday, but like a lot of Tuesdays. $4, why not? If it's horrible, well, you supported a movie. Time for a board meeting. Board meeting done. I'm going to do my dance video that I've been doing every day. Thanks to Sarah from Your True Shelf for recommending this channel to me. It's Grow a Joe, and it's just like a quick burst of something that you can do that's good for yourself every single day. And she's so positive too, but it's also just like the bar is so low that it makes it easy for consistency. Anyway, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna chill. I will probably edit this video. I have another one on camping that I realized I never edited or uploaded. So yeah, and then just maybe some reading and chilling. It's gonna be good. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.